Welcome to Marianne's Cupboard's video presentations. These videos show unique food preparations that are both time and money-saving approaches to healthy eating. They are supported by books, videos, classes, and blogs found on our website.
Hi, I'm Brittany Inglesey with Marianne's Cupboards. We are going to make homemade chocolate chips and melted semi-sweet chocolate. So if you're ever out of chocolate chips and you need a chocolate glaze on something that you would normally just melt chocolate chips for, this is how you do it. So first you're going to start out by heating half a cup of oil on your stove. Don't let it get to the frying temperature, but you are going to want it warm. So I've done that. I have my oil hot and ready to go. So I did half a cup of oil on the stove till it was hot. Now I'm going to add 1 cup of baking cocoa. And for really official bakers, you can sift it, but I'm not a sifter, so I just kind of put it in. You're going to stir that into your oil, into your hot oil. Be careful, it is hot. You're just going to stir that in, mix it in until it's nice and smooth. Try and get all the lumpies out. Just keep mixing, and keep mixing. Okay, now when it's nice and smooth, you're going to add 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 cups of powdered sugar. So come over here. I've got my, there's a 1/4 cup. Get that started in there. You do want to do this relatively quickly, just so that your oil doesn't cool down too much, so that your stuff, all your ingredients are still going to be nice and smooth as you mix them. I'm just going to use my cocoa measure again with my powdered sugar and put in another cup. It's going to get really thick. So I'm going to switch from my whisk and go to my spatula. So make sure you press all the lumps out, keeping it as smooth as possible. And just add the rest of that in there. You're going to want to use your muscles, it gets really thick. As you can see, just keep going. Till it's nice and smooth. You're going to want all of the little white chunks evenly mixed in. Okay, now at this point, if you want more of a milk chocolate flavor, you can see the consistency that I'm at. Okay, if at this point you'd like more of a milk chocolate flavor, go ahead and add 1/4 cup of evaporated milk. So I'm going to do that now. And just blend it all together. Oh my. So do it over a sink. You're worried about it. You're just going to want to mix it all together. But this is just going to lighten that flavor a little bit and give you more, closer to a milk chocolate flavor rather than the semi-sweet. As you can see, this gives you a little bit of a creamier texture as well. Now you can do this with granulated sugar instead of powdered sugar. but you're going to get a grainier chocolate in the end. The powdered sugar really ensures the nice, smooth chocolate like you'd get from using chocolate chips out of a bag. So just keep stirring this up. And there you have it. There are your melted chocolate chips, and that makes about a cup. Go ahead and use it as you would melted chocolate chips, or in any swirl thing you'd like. Okay, so now you've got your melted chocolate done. If you do want a hard chocolate chip to put in like chocolate chip cookies or sprinkle on top of something, you can now take your melted chocolate that we just did, okay? Go ahead and put it in a pan. I like to spray it first so it's a little easier to get it out. You're just gonna scoop it out of your pot. You're gonna wanna make a thin layer in your pan. So go ahead and put it in there. Spread it through. I usually like it a little thinner, but we can make big chunks this time. It doesn't have to be pretty. You're going to cut it all up later. Kind of take it out, chunk it up anyway later. But, okay. Another thing to do, if you don't want to spray it, you can go ahead and use wax paper, and that peels out really easily too. So anyway, then you're going to go stick it in your freezer until it's hard. And then when it's hard, you're going to take it out, and you can use a rolling pin or just kind of cut it into little chunks and use it as you would chocolate chips.
Now for the summary of chocolate chips. Heat 1/2 cup of oil on the stove until it is warm. Add 1 cup of baking cocoa to the oil, stirring it until it is smooth. You can sift the baking cocoa if you desire. Add 1 1/4 cups of powdered sugar and stir until smooth. Then add 1/2 cup of evaporated milk if you wish to have a milk chocolate flavor. Use this as a melted chocolate chip, or spread it in a pan about 3/8 of an inch thick and place it in the freezer until solid. Then cut it into small squares for chocolate chips with a pizza cutter or a knife. Thank you for viewing this video. Access to this and many other food preparation and household management subjects are available on our website at maryannscupboards.com.